of Motivation on Demand. If it's your first time, welcome. And if it's not your first time, welcome back. Here's how it goes. You get in the comments right now, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or what is it? Oh, LinkedIn. Not forget about y'all. No matter where you are, jump in the comments right now. It could be a word, it could be a topic, it could be some challenge that you're dealing with, whatever the case may be. Give me your word, and I'll do a talk on it. Motivational talk, no prep work, no preparation whatsoever. We're just going to do it live right now. That's why we call it Motivation on Demand, because it's motivation on demand. So if you need something, let me know. Let me know, and I'm on it. I'm on it. As soon as this song is over, I'm gonna jump in and do my thing. So yeah, that's how we're gonna work it out. Again, this is Motivation on Demand. I'm John Guyton. This is John Guyton Studios, and we're gonna have some fun. I have no idea what I'm gonna talk about. I don't until you give me a word, a phrase, a topic, something to start with. And as I start my talk, if you want to jump in and add something at that point, feel free to do so. And if I see it, I'm throwing it in. As long as I know what the word is. If I don't, I'll need to get it defined. But yeah, we'll rock it out. Yeah, we've had all sorts of different words that create all sorts of different stories and messages. Try to tie it and make it work. Yeah. Welcome. Is it good morning for everybody? No, my East Coast folks, good afternoon. My Central folks, still good morning. My West Coast folks, definitely good morning. My Hawaii folks, for sure, good morning. Even more than that. All my folks in Europe, is it good evening already? Yeah, it's good evening. It's like dinner time, right? Well, enjoy your dinner. Over here in Central Time Zone, we are approaching lunch. Yeah, that's that. All right. So give me a word and let's roll. Yeah. Yeah. And somebody was asking too, they said, do I just do this this morning they asked if I just do this on Instagram. I don't. It's on Instagram, it's on YouTube, it's on LinkedIn and Facebook. So doesn't matter what social media platform you fancy, you could be here from any one of those places. And we've got a word, math. Okay, came in 11th hour, math. Here we go, math. So I've got 3 kids. All of them play sports. They all started off as swimmers, and my middle child, she is a diver as well. She's done some national diving tournaments, and she's also a state-ranked swimmer. Humble brag, the fastest breaststroker in the state of Texas for the 12-year-olds. Well, she's 13 now, and she's in a whole new world, but all 3 kids started out swimming, and then my youngest decided he wanted to start wrestling, and my oldest decided the same. So now we have 2 wrestlers, and in the middle, we've got a swimmer/diver. The swimmer/diver, she's got that dog in her. I mean, it's just clear. From the moment she started, she was just different. I remember a time, I call them opportunity workouts. So instead of beating my kids, I do an opportunity workout. I don't think you can beat your kids these days. So, because we used to get whoopings, but now I don't know. So I created this thing called an opportunity workout, and we get up early and we work hard. And Vodka, I appreciate it. I love this shirt too, man. Reminds me of the islands. It's my favorite thing to wear. So I did this workout for the oldest. She had an opportunity workout, and it was going to be gruesome. We were going to the local hotel. We're going to run up and down the stairs a bunch of times. My middle kid, Grace, she wakes up and says, "Dad, can I go?" I said, "What do you mean, can you go?" "No, you can't go. You're not going to go watch your sister. That's weird." She says, "No, I want to do the workout." I said, "What? You want to do the workout?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Why?" She said, "Just to see if I can." Okay. So she joins and does a gruesome workout by choice. Okay, so she's different. The other two, they have the eye of the tiger, but I wouldn't say they got that dog in them. So we have more conversations about connecting what you want in the future with what you do now, right? Connecting what you want in the future with what you do now. And I had a conversation with the other day and I said, look, yeah, there's different types of motivation and there's working hard and there's a good attitude and there's all of these different technical things, especially with the sport of wrestling. If you haven't had much experience with wrestling, it's an incredible sport. There's just so many things to learn. I mean, you've got people that have been wrestling for years. It's like playing chess, but fighting at the same time. There's so many counter moves to the move. But when you really break it down, the basics are still so critical. And this is with any sport. This is with really anything. The basics is critically important. And so I said to the kids, I said, look, you got to do the math. What do you mean do the math? I said, well, let's do the math. I said, wrestling. One of the most common things in wrestling is what's called shooting or taking a shot. It is a basic move, but it's a critically important move. And so the better you are at taking shots, the better you are at sprawling, which is also a basic move, the better you are at what we call stance and motion. These are basic things, but just like Kobe Bryant proved to us, being really, really good and really disciplined at the basics will get you ahead. So what do I mean when I say do the math? I told them, I said, let's think about this. How long will it take you to do 100 shots? And they start doing the math. They're like, oh, not very long. I said, so could you commit to doing 100 shots a day? I said, yeah, could do 100 shots a day. I said, cool. And I said, all right, let's do some math. What if you did 100 shots for 10 days? How many shots have you done? We've done 1,000 shots. So great. 1,000 shots. Wonderful. That's in 10 days. So what is it if you do it in 30 days? Well, that's 3,000 shots. I said, let's take 65 days of the year and chalk it up to vacation, injury recovery, whatever the case may be. Let's just use round math. I said, so what if you did it over a course of a year? You did 100 shots. 100 shots for 300 days a year. How many shots is that? 30,000 shots. I said, so now let's ask a simple question. Both of you, I want you to imagine that you have to go against another version of you. One version is the version that just did the minimum, and the other version is the version that did 100 shots a day, every day for 300 days. So they've done 30,000 more shots than you. Who wins that match? Both of them overwhelmingly said, well, of course, the person who did 30,000 shots. I said, great. What about 10 minutes of stance and motion? We did the same math with that. What about sprawling? We did the same math with that. What about film study? We did the same math with that. What about taking care of your body and stretching? We did the same math with that. So if it's abundantly clear that the version of you that did 30,000 more shots, the version of you that's done hours and hours of stance and motion, the version of you that's done tens of thousands of sprawls is leaps and bounds better than the version of you who didn't. Some of it is all down to the math. It's down to the math. If you do the work, discipline, every single day, without fail, you do the math, it will add up to better results. Maybe not the results you want. We don't know that. Of course, there could always be somebody who's stronger or faster or who has a better strategy, who gets the best of you. It's not a guaranteed win, but I guarantee you this. You'll be 30,000 shots stronger than you were when you started. I guarantee you'll be hours and hours and hours of better than when you started. Apply it to what you're doing. All the things that you're doing in your life, do the math. We always underestimate what we can do in 10 years and we overestimate what we can do in a day. Break it down to what you can do right now. Make a commitment. Make a promise to yourself that you're going to do those things now, even when you're not feeling well, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're done listening to me, even when it's not really a good time, you're still going to do it. And if you do, just wait. Just wait and see how much better you are. Wait and see how much smarter you are. Wait and see how much of a better entrepreneur you are. Wait and see what your health journey looks like. Wait and see the results that you have coming to you, because it's coming to you. The results are on their way. It's math. You don't do 10,000 hours of something and get worse. You don't do 100,000 of a rep of something and get worse. You don't go to the gym every day and get weaker. You don't go to the track every day and get slower. That's not how it works. Now, the things that you're doing, they may be hard. And I always like to tell my kids, and I'm going to tell you too, it doesn't get any easier. I promise you that. Life does not get any easier. Here's what happens. You get better. You get better if you do the work. If you do the work. If you do the work, then you get to do the math. And when you do the math, it adds up to success. I know it sounds like poster talk, but break it down. Think about it. Think about what you could be doing right now. Think about what you told yourself 2 weeks ago. And then ask yourself what you've done in the last 2 weeks to today to close the gap. If you're being honest with yourself, a lot of you, not much. A lot of talking, not a lot of walking. A lot of thinking, I don't have a word that rhymes with thinking. A lot of this, not a lot of that. Look, you've got to close the gap by taking action. And the time is now. So my challenge to you is figure out something you want, back it up, do the math, and then revisit it 6 months from now. Revisit it a year from now. Make a record of how you are right now, the baseline. Compete with the future version of you. And I guarantee that the one that was doing the work, the one that did the math, the one that got to work, was disciplined, is going to be leaps and bounds better than the one who didn't. Which one do you want to be? Look, I hope you guys got value out of this today. Oh, Brad Jones is back. Guess who's back? Hey, what's up, Brad? What's up, Grant? What's going on, Tom? Sandra, what's up? I shouldn't have started that, because then everybody's like, you didn't say my name. I'll tell you what, this episode of Motivation on Demand is coming to a close. That's the bad news. The good news is I'll be doing it again tomorrow. And when I do it again tomorrow, get in here, get in the comments, give me a word, a phrase, something to talk about, and I'm going to throw it to you just like we did today. Today was math. Tomorrow could be ice cream. It could be whatever you want it to be. All right? That's how this works. Now, I got some important things to write while we close this out. I'm John Guyton. This is John Guyton Studios, and you just watched an episode of Motivation on Demand. See you next time.